Good evening. My name is Antonio DeGanza, and I am making this video to discuss my self-assessed survey of the 10 principles of the disposition of learners. I feel with those 10 principles, I was able to divide them in half. Half being dependent on that of the workplace, the school district, the classroom environment, and I'll discuss those momentarily. And then the other 5, I feel, are things that I've learned from external entities like that of the Marine Corps, or I naturally possess as a characteristic trait of myself and who I am. And they're kind of all natural characteristic traits, all 10 dispositions that I feel I possess, but I'll discuss those in detail here. Those 5 that I feel I naturally possess are that of professional conduct, respect for diversity of others, fairness, honesty, and compassion. I've learned professional conduct at a young man's age through the Marine Corps. We have an additional set of codes of conduct, laws, and stuff we have to abide by within the military. And it has taught me how to be a very well-mannered, respectful, professional individual. And that's something some military members carry and conduct themselves, and some don't. But it's something that I hold near and dear, and it's made me who I am today. And that also goes hand in hand with that of my own natural respect for diversity of others and what the Marine Corps has taught me. And it really opens your eyes when you come from a worldly organization like that of the Marine Corps, with personnel coming from all walks of life, all different backgrounds, ethnicities, and upbringings. But learning that and having that empathetic understanding and that compassionate understanding and bringing that to the classroom environment is such a valuable trait that I feel I'm able to bring, not just naturally, but have learned as well. Now, the natural things that I feel I scored as my top 3 highest ones of my characteristic traits are that of honesty, fairness, and compassion. You can't have honesty without fairness, and you can't have fairness without a sense of honesty. I feel that kind of goes hand in hand, and I am naturally fair, and I'm naturally honest. And that goes all the way into the compassion I have for kids and this background and this type of work and profession that I genuinely want to be a part of. It's something I've stumbled upon, didn't think is necessarily me, but this is the patience, the caring. I just found it, and this is something that I'm not going to stop trying to be a part of. So that compassion is right there. It's got to be my top one. Now, the 5 that I feel I need work on are that of high expectations, curiosity, advocacy, reflection, and dedication. But I also feel those are dependent upon the workplace environment. Let me explain. Without understanding the school district's needs or the workplace environment's needs, I will have no idea of how I need to self-reflect, where and what advocacy channels I need to go through, and how to properly do so. And at the same time, the dedication and timely mannerism that I would need to dedicate from me to the school district. Now, the top 2 that I kind of ranked that I just kind of didn't understand were that of curiosity and high expectations. I am very much so curious, because I would need to be curious in order to look for a sense of self-reflection, or understand the dedication, or understand that of the advocacy channels that I would need to go through in order to help advocate for kids. But then that of high expectations. That is number 1 where I feel I would need to work on, because it would be dictated upon the workplace environment. I don't know what to expect. Therefore, I don't know how high my expectations need to be. So it's kind of like, I don't know. That's why I scored that as the number 1 thing I need to work on. Sorry, hiccups. I feel some of the qualities that the professional educators should display are all of them, in a sense of understanding of what is needed from that of the workplace environment, as I divvied them up in half, and what you should naturally be able to bring to the table. And I feel that is super important for educators to understand, and educators that are getting into the profession to know and also recognize, so they know what they can bring and be confident and strong in that understanding and disposition themselves. Well, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think.